It was a quiet, moonless night at Langley Air Force Base, one of the most secure military installations in the U.S., home to top-tier intelligence operations, advanced aviation projects, and classified defense technologies. For decades, this base had been a fortress, its airspace tightly controlled. But on this night, an unexpected and eerie event occurred, one that would leave the military scrambling for answers and conspiracy theorists buzzing with speculation. The initial encounter. Shortly after midnight, radar operators at Langley noticed an anomaly. A fast-moving object had entered restricted airspace, flying at an altitude too low for traditional commercial aircraft, yet too high for standard drones. Its trajectory was erratic, shifting speeds and changing directions in ways that defied the capabilities of known aircraft. Attempts to communicate with the object through standard aviation channels were met with silence. Soon, the radar signatures revealed something far more unsettling. The aircraft was hovering over some of the base's most sensitive sites, including facilities believed to house classified projects. Security teams on the ground quickly mobilized. Advanced jets were scrambled, and drones were launched to intercept the mysterious aircraft. But as they closed in, the object seemed to vanish from radar momentarily, only to reappear at a completely different location above the base. A silent observer. Visual confirmation came from ground personnel. The aircraft wasn't a conventional jet or drone. It had an angular, sleek, and almost otherworldly design. Silent and fast, it moved effortlessly, emitting no visible exhaust or sound. The night sky provided a perfect camouflage for the dark, matte-colored craft, except for the brief glints of light reflecting off its metallic surface. As the military planes approached, they attempted to lock on to the object with their advanced targeting systems, but nothing worked. The stealth capabilities of the craft were beyond anything the U.S. military had encountered. It was as if the object was cloaked in a technology that made it impervious to electronic tracking and weaponry. For hours, the mysterious aircraft continued its ominous flight, hovering over several highly classified sites, including what was rumored to be a testing area for new experimental drones. Infrared cameras mounted on security drones showed the object emitting strange pulses of light, almost as if it were scanning or recording something below. Sensitive sites filmed. It wasn't until the object was gone that the full extent of the breach became clear. Reviewing surveillance footage, military intelligence confirmed that the object had indeed been scanning and potentially filming some of the base's most sensitive locations. Satellite arrays, experimental aircraft hangars, and intelligence hubs, all of them were now compromised. In the most alarming revelation, the mysterious aircraft had remained airborne for hours undetected before its presence was fully recognized, collecting intelligence in what appeared to be a deliberate reconnaissance mission. U.S. Air Force officials held an emergency briefing the following morning. At the meeting, a senior intelligence officer referred to the incident as the most significant breach of U.S. military security in decades. The notion that a foreign power, or worse, an unknown entity, had managed to fly undetected for so long over Langley was unimaginable. The investigation. A full-scale investigation was immediately launched. Military officials and intelligence agencies worked around the clock to trace the origins of the aircraft, poring over satellite imagery and data from neighboring radar stations. But what they found deepened the mystery. There were no signs of the craft approaching Langley from any known airbase or port. It seemed to have materialized from nowhere, with no flight path traceable in surrounding regions. Speculation within the intelligence community grew. Some experts suggested that the aircraft might be part of an advanced foreign spy program, possibly from Russia or China. Yet, even the most cutting-edge aviation technologies known to those nations couldn't explain the object's evasive maneuvers, its untraceable radar signature, or its ability to disrupt the base's defense systems. Others entertained more outlandish theories. Was this some form of experimental U.S. technology that had gone rogue? Could it be the work of a private contractor testing the limits of stealth technology? Or, more chillingly, could this be evidence of extraterrestrial surveillance craft from a civilization far more advanced than any nation on Earth? As the investigation continued, military personnel at Langley noticed strange technical malfunctions. Communication systems experienced unexplained blackouts, security drones malfunctioned, and advanced radar systems glitched. It was as if the mysterious aircraft had left an invisible footprint that was now disrupting the very infrastructure designed to protect the base. Public disclosure or cover-up? News of the breach couldn't be kept quiet for long. Leaks to the press reported an unusual aerial incident over Langley, sparking rumors online. Alternative media and conspiracy theorists quickly jumped on the story, with some claiming that this was the beginning of a massive cover-up. The government's vague public statement only fueled more speculation, citing an ongoing investigation into unauthorized aerial activity. Inside the military, there were divisions on how to handle the situation. Some high-ranking officials pushed for complete transparency, fearing that public knowledge might force rapid advancements in security protocols. Others insisted on secrecy, warning that the revelation of this breach would not only expose vulnerabilities to enemies, but also erode public trust in the nation's ability to defend its most sensitive installations. The bigger picture. Weeks passed, and still, there were no concrete answers. Surveillance footage, radar data, and military reports were all inconclusive. The aircraft's origin remained a mystery. The U.S. intelligence community had no precedent for such an event, and speculation about a new, unidentified technology far superior to anything currently known dominated internal discussions. Some believe the incident at Langley was just the beginning. Other mysterious aircraft sightings were reported at secretive military sites across the U.S. and abroad, each displaying similar advanced capabilities. These incidents hinted at the possibility of a much larger operation, one that was gathering intelligence on the world's most powerful nations for purposes unknown. Whether this was the work of an adversarial nation, a private rogue entity, or something far more enigmatic, one thing was clear: the skies over Langley had been breached, and with it, the illusion of impenetrable defense systems. As Langley tightened security and re-evaluated its protocols, the question lingered in the minds of military and intelligence officials alike: who or what was behind the mysterious aircraft, and what did they plan to do with the sensitive data they had so brazenly collected?